Hey Candace, Jessica Peterson here. Thank you so much for speaking with me this morning and accepting this free video. I'm super excited you did because we are going to go over 3 main strategies that you guys can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge difference for your business. Right now you have about 13 people that land on your website organically per month. So that means you're missing out on like 60 to 70% of your jobs every month by not having these strategies in place. So I know this is going to help you because we've used these exact same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys, and it has been huge. So I know it'll do the same for you and start bringing back that traffic, okay? So today we're going over 3 main things. We're going to talk about your content keyword strategy. We're going to talk about citations, and then finally backlinks, okay? So here we are on your website. You have a good looking website. Let's see. You have 24/7 emergency call outs. So that's good. 𝙤𝙤𝙫. Let's see. Do we have any click to calls here? I guess we have a click to call button up top, so that's good. You want to make sure you have click to call buttons and form submissions right above the fold up here so that when you do start bringing in that traffic, you're able to convert them. You have to make it as easy as possible for your customers. They will not search for your information. One of the first things I noticed here is you don't have navigation, and user experience and mobile friendliness are huge ranking factors for Google. I at first thought you only had a single page website. I actually had to hunt and find your navigation. So you do need to have a navigation. You need to make this easy for your customers. All right, so as we're talking about content here, content is key. You need a lot of content. And content comes in various forms. It can be videos, it can be images. And when we use those, we want to make sure that they're optimized with your local keywords. So let's look at this one here. This says Getty Images. So obviously that is not an original photo, and it's also not an optimized photo. And you can use stock photos, that's fine. But the more of your own photos you use, the more trustability you have for your local community. But in saving these images here, you need to save them with local keywords, because 99% of the time when a customer needs your service, they don't know who you are yet. They've probably never had an emergency like this. And so they're not going to search your name. They are searching your local keywords. So they're going to be searching things like Denver water damage restoration Denver, or Arvada water removal, etc. Okay, so it looks like you're basing your homepage and your service pages around Arvada, which is fine. So just make sure that this homepage here is using those same keywords, or location-based keywords, okay? So in addition to images and video, this written content is equally and even more so important. We need to have 1,500 words of content on this homepage, and it needs to be built around these services that you offer and the local keywords related to those services. This page is the most important page of your entire website because it ties all of your pages together. And so it's really important that this website have the right type of content. I had to dig to find your content here. So I am happy to see you do have pages for each of your major services. This is the basic requirement from Google, because Google doesn't want pages with a bunch of services. They want individual pages so that you can focus on one specific service. You can answer the questions your customers have and focus on the keywords for those services in that area. So it is critical that you have those. So I'm happy to see that you do. And it does look like you have a couple location pages as well, which is also awesome. Any place that you serve that has search volume ultimately needs their own service area page for your services. Again, because content is critical, and if you want to be found in each of the areas that you serve, you need to have those pages, okay? Google is sending crawlers to your website to index your page, to understand what this website is about. And so having your images optimized and having your content written the right way and optimized for those keywords is helping Google. But if it doesn't have the right type of content, you don't have a keyword strategy here, then Google doesn't really understand what your business is about. They don't understand exactly where you serve, making it almost impossible for Google to send customers to your website. So we definitely have to work on your content and keyword strategy here. And like I said, you do need 1,500 words or more. We're always competing in placement on Google against your competitors. And so we have to do better than they're doing. So if they have 1,500 words, you're going to need 1,800 to 2,000 words just on that homepage alone. So your top competitor in the Denver area is ServPro. And yes, they are a franchise, but they're also very beatable, okay? You're not competing against the entire franchise, just the specific locations in your area. And they're all franchisees. And so they're given this generic site that they're not allowed to actually edit or target in a way that's actually more beneficial to them. So you have an advantage over them. All you have to do is better. So that means having more content, right? Having better quality content, focusing on that local keyword usage, even having more blog articles. All of those things are going to help you, and having long form blogs adds new fresh content every month to your website. So it actually helps you guys, and Google loves that, okay? Now, when your customers do a search, we know they'll do a search similar to this, okay? And when they do, we want your website to be what shows up. And there's 3 different areas on the first page of Google that your website can have good position in. And the first is generally going to be ads, and those could be cost per click ads like this, or local service ads. This could be really beneficial for you guys as long as you have the process dialed in and you have a good foundation. It can be beneficial, but if not, it can kind of be a losing game, okay? So then these other 2 areas are probably going to be more important, and that's because they get a bulk of the traffic when people search. So this section here, this is your Google Map Pack, okay? Your goal is to have your Google business profile show up in the top 3 for your areas that you serve and each of your services, because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're leaving revenue on the table, and you're sending each of those competitors to your competition. Customers to your competition. So in order to get in the top 3, you will have to optimize your profile, but then you're going to have to go out and get a bunch of citations. And citations are simply just listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories. And those are like things like the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, House. All of those are great citations. So we need more of those that are competition. And every single one of those citations is sending additional information to Google to explain who you are, the services you offer, and where you perform those services. So they are really important for you guys to have. And then this third section here, this is the most important section, because 60 to 70% of people, they'll skip all the ads, they'll skip the map pack, and they come right here, and they're going to go to these websites here, okay? And so when you're not listed here, you're losing 60 to 70% of your jobs every single month. So in order to get your website listed here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website having the right structure with the right content and keyword strategy, and then supporting that with backlink SEO, which brings us to your backlinks. So this is a program called Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to show us how your website is performing. And as we can see here, your website has a rating of a 3 out of 100 and Google's trust flow. That means Google doesn't trust your website. And that is partly because of the quality of the content on your website, but more so the power you're sending to your website. Like all tools we use, your website needs power, and we send power by using backlinks. So yes, you do need a lot of backlinks. We will need more than our competition has, but it's important to understand that not all backlinks are good backlinks. They're not created equal. We only want the good quality backlinks that are mostly related to your business. As we can see here, you have over 440 backlinks, but you only have a score of 3 and only 123 referring domains. So that tells us that over 300 of these backlinks are spammy backlinks that are actually doing you more harm than good. So we don't want that. We want the good quality backlinks. We want to make sure that we're getting them every month to power up your website. Now, we want links that are closely related to your business, so they could be coming from other websites of other home service businesses, related vendors, magazines for your type of niche. Those are the type of links you want. And when you get a bunch of those good quality ones, it's going to increase this score because Google's going to have more trust in your website, which is going to help promote your website higher in rankings and help your keywords to rank. Now, you have an index for over 90 keywords, but you're only getting 13 people to your website. And unfortunately, the people coming to your website, those are all branded traffic. And like I said, 99% of the people searching don't know who you are yet. So you definitely have to work on the strategies that I have just shown you so that you can start capitalizing on those searches. And understand people do search differently, so you want to make sure that you're capitalizing on each of the different ways that they're searching. Now, if we look at your competition, their location has a poor rating as well, which makes sense because there's no use in doing SEO for these guys as they can't fix what's wrong. However, the website as a whole is very powerful, and because of that, it's able to push power to these franchisee locations. Okay, and because of that, there are 57 keywords in this one specific franchise location is getting over 700 in traffic every single month. So it just goes to show you how important these strategies are and what is possible for you guys. So you're missing out on hundreds in traffic by not having these systems in place. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start today so you can start driving that traffic and converting those into customers and helping more people in your community. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to ask any questions, respond to my email, or give us a call, and we would be happy to chat. And I would also really love to get your feedback on what you thought of this video so that I can continue to improve and do better. So thanks again for watching, and I do look forward to hearing from you soon.